All right, let's dive into this one. I was reading up on this story and thought it was worth sharing with you guys because it's been making the rounds again. So apparently, a large bruises has popped up once more on Donald Trump's hand, and naturally, it's got people buzzing with speculation about his health. And yeah, even though the White House already tried to shut down those rumors before, folks aren't exactly letting it go. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. Now, if you've been following this kind of thing, you might remember that last year when Trump was out on his campaign trail, some eagle-eyed viewers caught what looked like a yellowish bruise on his right hand. It showed up in a few photos here and there. One of the more noticeable moments was when he met with French President Emmanuel Macron in the Oval Office back in February. And then just a few weeks after that in March, people spotted a couple of darker marks on the palm of that same hand. The White House brushed it off at the time, saying it was nothing serious, just a sign he'd been busy working. Well, fast forward to this week, and guess what? It's back. That same discoloration showed up again, this time when Trump was presenting the Commander-in-Chief trophy to the Navy midshipman football team. This was on Tuesday, April 15th. And yeah, as he was handing over the trophy to Navy's co-captain linebacker Colin Ramos, you could clearly see the dark mark stretched across his hand. For those of you who aren't familiar, by the way, the Commander-in-Chief Trophy is this big deal award in American college football. It's given to whichever academy team, Army, Navy, or Air Force comes out on top. And Trump was doing his usual thing. Giving a speech, holding a football with his name on it, rocking a championship ring, and there it was, Bruise on full display. Now, according to the Daily Mail, it actually looked like there might have been some skin-colored makeup dabbed on to try and cover it up. But the speculation's been swirling for months now that Trump might have some kind of health issue, like maybe something requiring an IV drip or regular blood tests. The White House, though, is sticking to its story. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt has been doubling down on the explanation, saying Trump's just constantly out there shaking hands, meeting people, working hard. In fact, she called him a man of the people, claiming he meets and shakes hands with more Americans than any president in history. And according to her, the bruise is just a side effect of that kind of nonstop contact. Of course, not everyone's totally buying that. Some people are still a little skeptical, while others say it's probably nothing worth getting too worked up over, especially considering his age. There was also a doctor who weighed in on this. Dr. Ola Otulana, a GP over in England, spoke to the news outlet and said the bruise looks like your standard superficial contusion. Basically something you'd get from bumping your hand on a hard surface, leaning on something for too long, or even from a routine blood draw. And as people get older, stuff like this just tends to show up more because the skin gets thinner and blood vessels are a bit more fragile. Plus, if someone's taking aspirin, blood thinners, or anti-inflammatories, those marks can appear easier and hang around longer. The doctor also reassured folks that there's no obvious immediate red flag here. But if something like that sticks around too long or gets paired up with other weird symptoms, yeah, it might be worth a closer look. Anyway, just thought I'd fill you guys in since it's one of those stories that keeps resurfacing. What do you think? Is it a big deal or just people overanalyzing everything he does? Let me know down in the comments.